Jason Elam and established a 12-7 lead. Getting ready for the second half on a very warm night here in the Mile High.
I feel great.
Whoa, boy. For two teams that had defensive problems in '94, this has been a surprisingly defensive-oriented game.
Yeah, we expected some big plays with the defense. I think was really the story of the first half. And, Thurman Thomas, we said they had to get him going in the running game. He only had 24 yards the first half. And Buffalo always seems to struggle when he doesn't get going in the running game, and they have. They only scored the one touchdown. And I think Buffalo's defense has responded as well. They've been putting a lot of pressure on Elway.
Well, it's a 12-7 score. Denver leads. Now let's take a look at the Riders' game summary. In the first half, the first TD drive, which was their second possession, 77 yards, 34 in the touchdown to Andre Reed. 6 other drives, 3 and out. They had a total of 6 punts. Jason Elam, 4 of 5. He had 1 miss of 38 yards. And Shannon Sharp had a huge gain on the first down, first drive, rather, 49 yards. He's 5 for 117 in the first half.
And he dropped 1 touchdown, though. Remember, he dropped a touchdown pass, but he's only been covered on 1 pass, really, and he caught it, though. I mean, that was the incredible throw by Elway and a great catch by Sharp. But every other play that we've seen him in the passing game, he has been wide open.
170 yards passing for the Broncos, 89 for Buffalo. And Denver will get it to open the second half. Steve Christie will kick off. Terrell Davis is the deep man. Christie rides the mile-high air and puts it 5 yards into the end zone. Touchback. Who worries about that kicking off from the 30-yard line?
No, not here, you don't.
No. John Elway. And the Broncos, really an average first half for John, 11 of 25 for 174.
Yeah, and we've talked about that, though, but, 1 throw away from a win with him. Anytime you have in the game, he did have Shannon Sharp, who dropped a pass. He missed a touchdown pass, probably to Mike Pritchard, but it was an uneven first half for John Elway.
1st and 10, back split. They hand it off. Terrell Davis gets a couple. Actually, doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Just talking about Terrell Davis and Brian Habib, the offensive guard, was telling us that, hey, this guy is a hungry, hard-working rookie. And, when you come in as a 6th-round draft pick, that's what you should be. And, he had a nice little first half. He ran for 46 yards, and, he's showing some flashes here. It's some tough yards. They were the tackle-to-tackle type of yards.
2nd down and 10. Elway stands strong. Goes deep right side, and
yeah, he got bumped downfield. Pritchard got bumped downfield.
That should be the 5-yard variety.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike Pritchard, we were talking about him earlier. I think he has a chance of having a very, very good season for these Broncos because he is so good after the catch. Remember, after 5 yards, you can't bump him. Looks like he gets jammed right there. Wasn't significant, but they'll call it, and they did on Jeff Burris.
Mike Pritchard played collegiately at Boulder. Here's Red Cashin. That's going to be the big kind. The adult version.
Yeah, I guess they deemed the ball catchable. I thought it was an illegal contact for the 5-yard version, but they deemed
defensive pass interference. Number 22.
Here comes.
First down.
There we go.
Yeah, there he is.
Now the season's begun.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that all night. Jim Kelley checking his options. A lot of times you're running the same plays just in different formations. So you go into the game with probably 40 or 50 different plays, maybe off of 8 formations.
Elway back on 1st down. Gets a little pressure, finds McCaffrey. And Ed McCaffrey, who starts tonight in the place of Anthony Miller, makes the grab. McCaffrey, 6'5" receiver from Stanford, who was a draft choice of the New York Giants, played there 3 years, then to San Francisco, and signed here as an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah, once again, Bruce Smith was made his presence known. See Pop from one side, Bruce Smith from the other. And then you get the tackle there by Perry. But I think Pop is going to help Bruce Smith this year in the long run as a pass rusher.
2nd down and 7. Pritchard in motion. Draw play. Whoa! Dandy. Phil Hansen, who's really the unsung member of that front line.
Yeah, you talk so much about Bryce Pop, and you always talk about Bruce Smith and Cornelius Bennett. This is one of those solid guys. You see what he did there. Good point of attack type of guy. He'll come in from the right part of the screen, number 90. just kind of blows through Brian Habib, throws him away, makes the stop. But you need guys like Phil Hansen and Ted Washington. If everybody's rushing the passer, you need some guys to stay at home and stuff the run, and Phil Hansen did right there.
3rd and 10. Glenn Milburn is in along with Terrell Davis. Shotgun, 5-man, 4-man rush. Elway steps up in the pocket. This is picked off. Henry Jones has it, number 20. And Jones comes to his left. Grabs the deflected pass, and you told me this afternoon, every time you see him, he plays well.
Yeah, Henry Jones always plays well on TNT. But again, it's the rush that forces him to step up. Okay, this time it's Jeff Coat, number 77, Smith, 78. Now, then he took a shot by Schultz. I'm talking about Terrell Davis. But a heads-up play and a catch by Henry Jones. This guy is a strong safety, plays the position a lot like corner, yet he is strong enough at 200 pounds to come up and stuff you on the run. He is a very versatile, strong safety.
1st and 10 after the turnover. Kent Hull at center. They hand it off in the draw play to Thurman Thomas. He works right tackle. Runs into Elijah Alexander and Dante Jones, numbers 58 and 53. There's Henry Jones.
He has done everything. He has the ability to cover, guys one-on-one. He can cover wide receivers. They haven't really put him on Shannon Sharp. I think maybe they should. But Vern, I think if the Buffalo Bills are going to win this football game tonight, Thurman Thomas is going to have to get the running game going.
Averaging 3 yards per carry so far. Here's his 10th carry of the game. And Steve Atwater is there to make an arm tackle. Atwater got his left arm up. One of the things that has troubled this Denver franchise, Pat, has been a series of really bad drafts in the last 7 or 8 years. You look back, and Atwater is really the only number 1 pick in the last, I say, 8 years that's made an impact.
Yeah, and Mike Shanahan's well aware of that. He said, we have blown, the franchise has blown a lot of high draft picks, and they need guys like Dan Williams to turn out this year.
3rd and 3. Thomas. Dandy defensive job by Simon Fletcher to force the play further outside. And Elijah Alexander makes the tackle, but Fletcher set it up.
And he got some help from Michael Dean Perry. I mean, what you're seeing is a different Denver defense. Some guys that have some muscle, they're physical, they're tough, they can stuff the inside. You're right, Simon Fletcher forces it outside, and he gets pummeled there by Elijah Alexander. And Michael Dean Perry just kind of works off the rookie Reuben Davis. Just kind of strings him out. Excuse me, Reuben Brown. Reuben Brown did not finish that block.
4th and 4, Buffalo will go for it. Quick setup. Left side, caught. 1st down.
Oh, that is a beautifully timed play, Vern, to Russell Copeland. I mean, it was a press one-on-one coverage. Russell Copeland on Randy Hilliard. They didn't waste any time. It happened very, very quickly. And I think Hilliard thought Russell Copeland was going to go long to go to the no huddle now.
First time we've seen the no huddle tonight. 1st and 10. Kelley, a lot of time. Man open, flag is down.
That time they faked the same play. They threw to Copeland, to Andre Reed, and then they were going to send him deep, Vern. The problem was it wasn't the same defensive back that they were working on.
This one, I think, is going to go against the Broncos. And this may be the juvenile version. The illegal block downfield. All right, Kelley and Cashin talk it over.
Illegal contact, number 48 on the defense, 5 yards, 1st down.
There he is. Let's go back to the prior play, the one before on the 4th down play. This is Russell Copeland and number 21, Randy Hilliard. Here's the 1st down marker. He's going to fake deep and then just kind of stop. A perfectly timed pass and throw there by Kelley, and you get the 1st down. Very pretty.
And a 1st down after the penalty now. 12-7, Denver leads it. Thomas goes left. Breaks a tackle. And there's his best run of the night. 1st and goal Buffalo at the 9-yard line of the Broncos.
You know, some runners get extra yards by breaking tackles, some by moving the pile. But Thurman Thomas sees where those extra yards are and somehow, Vern, gets his body there. One of a very disciplined, patient runner, and he sets up the blocks, and now he's got something going. This is a good drive for him.
Thomas gets the ball for the 13th time tonight. A hard-earned yard this time. And it'll be second down. 12-7 Denver. Marv Levy's bunch.
And again, you have to think, or Jim Kelley has to think, Andre Reed is the guy over the last 10 years that I have used in these kind of situations.
Reed is to the right side. Copeland wide left, Brooks in the slot. Draw play, Thomas. Not much room, he gets to the 5. Report from the Buffalo bench, John Fina, who had that hyperextended elbow, is out for the remainder of the game, and Corey Lucci has taken his place, number 72.
That's that left tackle spot, and he's lined up against Simon Fletcher.
No huddle again, 3rd and 5. 3rd and goal from the 5. 12-7, Denver leads it.
They're gonna double Andre Reed.
He's to the right. Draw play, Thomas stuffed at the 1-yard line. Now Jim Kelley looks back at Marv Levy and Jim Schaffner, the quarterback coach.
They're going for it.
What are we going to do? Go for it?
You know, this is something new too. They are going to go for it. And in years past, their short yardage runner was Kenneth Davis. He is no longer here with the Bills. They got big old Tyndale in there as an extra blocker. And Thurman Thomas will be the short yardage player.
Well, they said they'd looked at films last year of every short yardage play, and Thomas had the highest percentage of success. They cross him up with Terrell Davis.
No.
And he did not get in. I do not believe. Goal line stand, Denver. Elijah Alexander.
And this really is a new Denver defense. A break from the old tradition of kind of a soft defense inside that wouldn't make plays. But tonight, this Denver defense has done it again. That time on 4th down, and they take the ball over.
Carwell Gardner comes up short. Denver has the ball. Atwater made the play. 1st down 10 from the 1. Pressure coming. Elway quarterback sneak. And he gets out to the 3-yard line. Let's go back and take a look at that 4th and 1.
And this is a real big play, and Steve Atwater's involved in it again. Here he is. He's playing like a linebacker. He is going to fill this hole, and Carwell Gardner comes right here. The surprising thing to me, though, is Atwater doesn't really hit him cleanly. I think Carwell should have scored here because he didn't really get his helmet in front of him. He trips and falls and did not get in the end zone, but it was Atwater making the play.
What was it Jim Kelley said to us? How do we win? We block Atwater. On 2nd down, Bernstein tries to bounce it to the outside. He gets just about to the 5.
But again, you know, we've looked at that play a couple times. I really am surprised Carwell Gardner did not get in because it was really not a square hit by Steve Atwater.
3rd down.
You play fullback. You be Rod Bernstein this time, Vern. You get the ball. We wouldn't give it to you in this situation, but just in case we did, this is what it would look like.
Well, with my elusive moves, I'd have bounced it to the outside.
Yeah, you did.
I had elusive moves at 48. That catch is made. 1st down. Well, Bernstein couldn't get outside on the run, but he gets outside on the pass. And the Broncos move the chains. And
that is a very important 1st down. You know, your defense does a great job. They stuff the Bills on 4th down. They give you the ball in an awful field position. You're happy to have it. But grinding out that first down out of the end zone is awfully important, and they just put it away there.
1st down and 10. Back split behind Elway. Hand off inside. Terrell Davis slips it up the middle. Moves it to the 19-yard line. Young man who grew up in San Diego, as we said. He went to Lincoln High School, which is where Marcus Allen played his high school ball, then went to Long Beach State. Program was suspended 5 games into his first year.
Played for George Allen there.
Went to, that's right, and then wound up at Georgia and had a couple of pretty good years, and then his senior year he was hamstrung by a hamstring. I didn't mean to say that.
That's a lot of hams.
I did not intend to say that. It just, I picked out. 2nd and short.
Big in it.
That should be enough for the first down. Jeff Burris makes the tackle. Now let's take a look, just in the nick of time, to the Coors Light scoreboard. Oakland wins, as does Kansas City. New England at the end of the game wins that one. Pat has put his mark of respect on Miami for this year.
Yeah, I like Miami. I'll tell you, they've got some offensive weapons. I think they'll play better defense.
1st and 10 Denver after the goal line stand. They moved it out now to the 22. Here's Bernstein on the sweep. And again, it's Mark Schlereth who is out there leading the way around the left end, but good defensive work.
This is one of the things I've noticed in week 1, though, are teams running more outside plays. I think you're finding so many strong defensive tackles in the NFL today. They're giving up on a lot of times on the inside run and running more to the outside.
How do you like the tactic now that Buffalo is employing with Bennett and Smith on the same side?
Well, I think that's really going to help them on pass downs in particular, Vern. And I think early in the year, Bryce Popp is going to get most of the sacks. And then they're going to start concentrating on him. And then later in the year, in the second half, I think Bruce Smith will get his share of sacks.
Aaron Craver and Milburn in the lineup now. Here's the pass into the flat for Aaron Craver. And Craver, who came over from Miami, makes the grab.
A matchup game. This has so far been a matchup game for the Denver offense. Shannon Sharp on linebackers, and that time Craver on number 95, Bryce Popp. It's a scheme. It's the way you draw it up during the course of the week. They're getting those kind of one-on-one, man-for-man matchups, and you should win those. And they are right now. Popp is a relentless pass rusher, but this is not his forte. He's covering backs one-on-one in the downfield.
1st and 10 Denver. They moved it from their own 1 to the 34. They lead it 12-7. Elway looks deep. Flag is down in the offensive backfield. McCaffrey was involved in a bit of a battle with Thomas Smith, another of those #1 draft choices in the secondary. But I think this is going to come back with a holding call against Denver.
We have not heard much from Cornelius Bennett. You're talking about Bennett and Smith being on the same side. I'll tell you one thing is that Wade Phillips is putting a lot of pressure on his young corners, Thomas Smith and Jeff Burris, tonight, and they are responding. They are doing a pretty good job. A lot of blitzes, a lot of man-for-man coverage, and they're doing a good job.
Wade did not want to talk to the Denver media this week, I think with some degree of understanding. He wanted to low-key his return.
Number 76 on the offense. 10 yards, still 1st down.
Broderick Thompson is guilty of the holding call. Wade said that it was an emotional return. This has been his home for 6 years. His daughter graduated from high school here. His wife Lori did not make the trip because their son Wesley had a high school game back in Buffalo last night.
He got a nice welcome when he came in. He shook a bunch of hands, the fans' hands, as he walked into the stadium tonight.
Vance Johnson, the Vance.
Yeah, he's back.
The Vance is in the lineup after a year away from football, wearing number 82. Elway back. Good protection. Nice pass. Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Hang some laundry on that one.
Yeah, that's it. 1st and 25 is an intimidating down for most quarterbacks in the National Football League. But when you have some weapons like this, and you have a guy who can throw it like this on a line, this far downfield, you run unusual routes. I don't think defensive backs see those kind of routes on that down. And that was a marvelous throw and well-timed pattern by Mike Pritchard.
Gain of 21, 2nd and 4. Rod Bernstein, Terrell Davis are in, back split. Pritchard in motion. Play action. Elway deep for Shannon Sharp. Hit from Schultz, knocks it away. Double coverage on Sharp, and excellent double coverage by Buffalo.
Yeah, what a changeup too. They put Henry Jones on Shannon Sharp. Remember, Shannon Sharp in the first half was blowing by linebackers. This time they put Henry Jones, their all-pro strong safety, on him, and then they give him some help with the free safety, Schultz. And that's what you have to, that's one of the adjustments Wade Phillips has made here in this second half. Was going to be caught until Scholes got there.
Now on third down, it'll be Vance Johnson, Sharp, and Glenn Milburn as the featured receivers. Also Ed McCaffrey to the near side. He's in the slot. 3rd and 4, Elway. Bumps, scrambles, down.
3 guys got a piece of him.
That's the 2nd sack for Buffalo tonight.
Jeffcoat, Pop, and Bruce Smith combining. There's Jeffcoat. Jeffcoat, you mentioned him. This is a guy is as smart a pass rusher as you can get. Milburn, number 22, slips. He's the guy who's going to get the ball. But Jeffcoat, number 77, makes the play. Get some help from Pop and Smith. Everybody got a piece of it. A third, a third, a third.
Wade Phillips talking about Jim Jeffcoat and the fact that he still keeps a book on every offensive lineman with whom he contends. We asked Bruce Smith if he kept a book, and he said, no.
Just in my head.
Just raw talent. Speed helps. Bill Brooks back to return the punt, but there's no return of this one. Rod Smith, number 80, who made this team as a special teams performer, is down there to deny Buffalo the return, but they do have the ball.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, and it is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Denver Broncos and the National Football League is prohibited.
I can't be this close to my home Steamboat without mentioning the anticipated snow that we're going to get.
It looks like it's just about to start.
I think so. It's actually 90 degrees here in Denver.
One of those misters they have to keep their team cool.
Oh, it is muggy at Mile High. Play action, Jim Kelley. Drills it. No catch. Andre Reed was out of bounds.
You know, in the first half, the Bills had some success getting the ball to Russell Copeland. And we saw him once on a 4th down, but we have not seen him much here this second half. Yeah, the left foot's on the line. It's a good call by the official.
Jim Saraceno, the back judge, made the call. Well, we have asked the Weather Bureau to give us the current temperature, and they tell us it's 72.
Comfortable 72.
Boy, it is, yeah. Thurman Thomas back in. Here comes the corner blitz. Buffalo with a good job of picking it up, but Kelley lets it go left side, incomplete. He's having a rather average night.
Yeah, you know, I think the defenses, remember at the very beginning of this broadcast, we said all the changes on defense. Buffalo started 5 new defensive starters tonight, and Denver Broncos started 6. But some of the questions about their defense have been answered or are being answered because both teams are putting pressure on the cornerback, and the defensive backs are doing a very good job, particularly the corners.
3rd and 10. This is when the microphones and the helmet help. Kelley has Bill Brooks, and he can't hang on. Ray Crockett.
Again, Ray Crockett. That ball should have been caught, though, Vern. I think that hit got there late. I think that ball should have been caught by Bill Brooks. Again, Bill Brooks is the man in the slot. He is number 80 right here. Again, he's getting the trail technique by Crockett. Can't get there in the makeup speed. Hits him late. Although Crockett did hit him, it still should have been caught by Brooks.
So Kelley comes to the bench. 8 of 21 for the game. Here's Chris Moore's punt. Nice, high, and deep. Milburn, fair catch at the 35-yard line. 1:41 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's still 12-7 Broncos.
Time now for the Isuzu Play of the Day. Browns of the Patriots, and Michael Jackson at 6'4" over the 5'10" Maurice Hurst, leaping over him for the touchdown grab, and that's the Isuzu Practically Amazing Play of the Day.
Jim Kelley casting the role of observer now while the Broncos are back on the field. His team trails 12-7. Shannon Sharpe has had a big night tonight.
Yeah, he's been observing Shannon Sharpe, but he has done a little bit of everything for the Denver Broncos. We've seen him catch passes in traffic. There was that frozen rope, the one-on-one against Marlo Perry. Perfect throw, great catch in traffic. Then we've seen him on a finesse play. The little inside screen in motion, blocks a guy, takes the ball over the middle, picks up another first down. And then early in the game, he went deep. I mean, this set everything else up. That was early in the first quarter. So Shannon Sharpe, who's suffering from leg cramps right now, has done a little bit of everything for the Denver Broncos tonight.
5 for 117. Pretty nifty start to the 95 season. In the meantime, after the punt of Chris Moore, there was a penalty tacked on against the Broncos. So the ball moved from the 35 back to the 22-yard line. And it is from that spot that Denver will put it in play. First down and 10.
Well, with 1:41 remaining in the third quarter, the Broncos up 12-7. This is where you'd love to be able to control the game a little bit, Vern, run the football, and be thinking about getting another score. I mean, it's been an uneven offensive night for both teams.
Glenn Milburn in as a wide receiver, wide to the left. Bennett comes defensively. Bernstein moves it to the outside and across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Rod Bernstein went out with that knee injury in the third game last year, and had a terrific catch and run after the catch for a touchdown in the last preseason game in Jacksonville. He said that's when he felt like he was really back. Tom Nalen, second year as a starter, in at center, and it's second down and 5. 12-7. Denver leads it. Elway finds Sharpe.
He said no catch. Yeah.
Nope, incomplete.
I'll tell you, Mark Schlereth did a nice job there, Vern. When we've seen Mark Schlereth pulling around on some of the outside plays. There he is, number 69. But he kind of, first of all, jammed Bruce Smith inside, and then he picked up another defender. When you have a guy who is, as Alex Gibbs calls him, as accountable as he is, your quarterback's going to get a lot of second chances.
Known to us as Schlereth, known to his family as Schlereth.
Schlereth, there you go. I knew I would do it. I hear everybody else do it that way. Schlereth, thank you. I've been practicing all day, too. Thank you, Vern.
I'm here to point out your errors. Here's Elway. This will come back. There's going to be a penalty against the Broncos. Red Cashin threw the flag.
Somebody had a hold on Jim Jeffcoat, I think. There he is. We talked about Jeffcoat. He actually does have a binder, an absolute binder of all the offensive tackles in the league. He knows how to play them. He's going to be isolated on Habib, number 75.
Number 69 on the offense. 10 yards, still first down.
Yeah, that's a pretty good block there by Brian Habib.
Holding up the middle on Hansen. There's Schlereth.
Alex Gibbs said, you know, that's a guy I've been trying to get on my team for 2 or 3 years now, and he finally got a chance to get him here in Denver.
Aaron Craver back in the lineup. Third down, 15.
Can't take the sack, and you certainly can't turn the ball over here, protecting a 5-point lead.
Here comes Smith. He slips. Elway. A flag is thrown on the near side. That pass for Pritchard just about a foot too far. Now we'll check the infraction.
Boy, he's had a couple of those just a foot too far.
Yeah.
But that's the difference between a scrambler and a good runner. When he gets out of the pocket, he's looking downfield. He's not looking to run. Yeah, he's rather upset with himself because you get 3 or 4 plays like that a game. He's missed a couple of them tonight. Yeah, holding against the Bills. That could have been a touch. But he is unique in that when he avoids that.
Holding, number 28 on the defense, 5 yards, first down.
Yeah, Red's starting to get into it now.
Yeah. He's losing his laconic way.
Yeah,
you know, he's been kind of in preseason. The pride of Bryan, Texas, Red Cashin. He is one of the real good guys. And a terrific official to boot. First down and 10 at the 21. Craver and Terrell Davis in the backfield behind John Elway. 12-7. Denver leads it. Terrell Davis, number 30. For Davis, that's his 13th carry, 58 yards. So kind of a standoff between the unknown rookie Davis and the much accomplished Thurman Thomas, who's carried 50 times for 50 yards for the Buffalo Bills tonight.
As we said, this has been a pretty good defensive game. No real flashes of offense, but in the fourth quarter, both these quarterbacks have made a career.
And we've reached the fourth quarter. We'll be right. All right, give him credit. I mean, it's easy to do this tonight.
Wow.
But this guy's around here in December.
He is missing his local Mensa Club meeting tonight. Whoa.
He's been doing this for years.
Hasn't he?
Yeah, when he's not recording.
Well, every town has him.
Yes, they do.
Dallas has their guy, right?
And we got a birthday. Oh, we just got all kinds of stuff happening here on Sunday night.
Yeah.
We got snow in September. We got a barrel man has trouble riding in his car. Second down, Denver lead. We begin the fourth. Vernon Chris batting. Shannon Sharp at the 28-yard line. Henry Jones is shadowing him now.
Yeah, well, he was a little closer, Henry Jones was to Shannon Sharp, but you're still not going to stop him. And Henry Jones is as good a cover strong safety as you're going to find. But they obviously changed it. They realized the linebackers weren't going to be able to cover him. And now Jones is trying, but that time Shannon Sharp was too much for Jones as well.
4 field goals for the Broncos, a 34-yard touchdown for Buffalo. The key play, however, was a 4th and goal stop. Steve Atwater on Carswell Gardner. I knew I'd have it. That's my version of slow in. Here's Elway. Ed McCaffrey, first down, Denver at the 39. A 12-7 lead. Denver on top.
It is a physical defensive game. Offensive, it's tough being a center too. Watch right here. You're going to see Nayland, number 66. He gets his hand in Bruce Smith's face. Bruce Smith gets bumped by 3 or 4 different guys. The thing is, when Bruce Smith lines up, every offensive lineman knows where he is. That time, Tom Nayland said, "Oh my gosh, he's over me."
On first down, Elway steps up, wings it. Shannon Sharp. First down as he rolls to a stop at the 45.
You know, again, Elway not scrambling too early, not running. We talked about Thurman Thomas being a patient runner. Elway is a patient scrambler. His eyes are always downfield no matter where the rush is, feels people around him. Feels the rush, stays underneath it, and again, boy, wide open Shannon Sharp. You know, if I'm Buffalo, I'm saying, hey, I don't know what's going to happen the rest of this fourth quarter, but Shannon Sharp is not going to beat me. Take him away. Jam him at the line of scrimmage.
He's caught 7 for 139. First down, Bernstein gets a couple to the 41-yard line.
Talked to Wade Phillips about playing against John Elway this week, and he said, you know, for the last 6 years I've been in Denver, I've never been frightened of John Elway. But I was scared as heck preparing for him tonight because of the unusual things that he can do as a quarterback.
And John was telling us that his enthusiasm for the game has not diminished. He does not feel like his physical skills have eroded.
Nope.
So he's going to play for a few more years. And Mike Shanahan loves that. 2nd and 7. Bernstein caught and forced upfield.
Late flag.
Monty Brown, number 96, there's a flag down at the 34-yard line.
Well, if you're John Elway, you know, you have a 5-point lead, 12-14 remaining in the game. You're thinking, hey, if I get myself a field goal, I got an 8-point game. And they need about, I don't know where the penalty is going to end up, but about 8 more yards, 9 more yards to give themselves a decent field goal attempt. So that's what's going through Elway's mind right now.
Mike Pritchard limped off.
There is no crackback, no foul on the play because the block was within 5 yards. 2nd down.
Correcting the call. But again, as I said, they're at the 43-yard line now. You need to get down to about the 35, between the 35 and the 30 to give yourself a good shot at a field goal.
Right now they're at the 43. Rod Smith has come on now, replacing Mike Pritchard. He goes wide to the left side. Vance Johnson and McCaffrey come to the near side. On 3rd down, 3rd and 8. That's Johnson in motion. Elway deep in the middle. Shannon Sharp. Oh, what a deadly combination this has proven to be tonight.
Even when you know he's going to get the ball and throw him, you can't stop him. You know, it's the same thing when you think about guys like Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice. That's what makes these guys special players. You can't stop them, even when you know you're going to get the ball. And the patience of Elway, and then the arm of Elway. He cuts down any reaction time because of the velocity of his throw. I mean, you think you have a chance to get after him and knock the ball away, but the ball gets there too fast.
Well, we mentioned a moment ago that he thinks he might equal or surpass some of the accomplishments of his terrific brother Sterling Sharp. 162 yards tonight. I'm sure Sterling is watching this back east, and he's rather pleased with the effort of his brother tonight. It's been the Elway Sharp Show so far. 11:14 remaining. Time has been called by the Broncos, and we'll return to Mile High in a moment. 11:14 remaining, fourth quarter, first game of the year, first visit by Buffalo to Mile High Stadium in 17 years, 18 years. We are a mile high, and it is hot, and it can tell in the fourth quarter.
And some guys are sucking some wind. You're right. There's a lot of guys. And Shannon Sharp's been cramping up. Michael Pritchard's been cramping up.
And this is a really key drive for both ball clubs now, coming as it does with 11:14 remaining and a 5-point margin. Denver's on top. Play action, and Elway had Sam Rogers right in his face, number 59, coming from the outside.
That's a heads-up play by Elway right there, just avoiding the sack. I mean, a year ago he was sacked a gazillion times. He's been sacked 447 times in his entire career. He's been, you know, kind of a throw rug for a lot of years. But that time he got rid of the ball so quickly and saved himself about 7-8 yards, as well as a hit. Good second half.
8 of 12, second down and 10. Jerry Evans backs off the line, now goes in motion wearing number 88. They slip it inside to Terrell Davis, and Maddox, the linebacker, does a good job with an arm tackle. Mark Maddox, the 5-year man from Northern Michigan. It'll be third down.
Yeah, again, this is an important down for the Denver Broncos. You can't do silly things on this down. And Elway, with 13 years of experience, he doesn't do too many of them. But he realizes his defense is playing well, Vern. He realizes he has a 5-point lead and he's in field goal range. You just can't turn the ball over. You can even take a sack, but you can't turn the ball over.
Shannon Sharp lines up tight to the left if you want to think about him. It's 3rd and 8. Elway back, bumps, goes deep in the end zone. McCaffrey too long. A foot too far yet again.
Yeah, there's a reason that one was a foot too far, though, Vern, because there were a couple of defenders right in front of McCaffrey. He was hoping maybe to get a jump ball because McCaffrey's 6'5". And Marlon Kerner has played pretty well tonight. He's got trail technique because he's got some inside help. And there's another defender, Greg Evans, number 41, coming over. So Elway was just avoiding the turnover.
So Jason Elam on to try and extend the lead to 8. Ruin will hold. Elam is 4 of 5 tonight. Okay. This one is perfect. It's been a Jason Elam highlight show tonight. He's kicked 5. That ties his career high, and that also totals all the Denver points. It's 8:30 in the mountains. Do your children know where you are?
Oh, my.
Boy, the party is going to continue in Lodo. Here's Jason Elam, 3rd-round draft choice in '93 from Hawaii. We asked why he wore number 1. He said, well, when he got here, he asked for his college number.
Yeah, number 7.
He said, anybody using that one around here?
Yeah, it was taken.
Kick taken at the 9. Yanel Jourdain, number 30, slips 1 tackle and then makes it to the 27-yard line. Now, John Elway has worn number 7 for a couple of years, and I guess they'll let him keep it, even though Elam would disagree. 30 teams in the NFL, of course, today begin their quest for the Vince Lombardi Trophy. That goes to the winner of the Super Bowl. And it was 25 years ago today that Vince Lombardi, the former Packer great, died.
Yeah, you know, he coached in one first Super Bowl I and Super Bowl II. I was there in the Coliseum for Super Bowl I, so the chase begins today.
And for 2 of these quarterbacks, John Elway, Jim Kelley, a quest to win their first Super Bowl ever. And older guys have won.
Yeah, you see 4 guys aged 35 or older have won it. Both these quarterbacks aged 35 as they play tonight.
I was there when Earl Morrall won it.
Is that right?
The Blunder Bowl.
How old were you?
I was not yet 35.
There you go.
But boy, it's come and gone.
Now here's where this Mile High crowd can help their team in the fourth quarter.
1st and 10. Kelley. Dandy pass. He finds Copeland, Russell Copeland. That's his 4th catch tonight. And they go with a no huddle. 10 minutes to go, first game of the season. Jim Kelley and the Buffalo Bills trail by 8. Their touchdown, a Kelley to Andre Reed toss of 34. That gave them a momentary 7-3 lead first quarter. Thomas, caught and dropped. Shane Dronette, number 99.
And now your depth really comes into play. Your depth on defense. And if you can play a lot of defensive linemen, Dronette comes in for Michael Dean Perry. Harold Hasselbach comes in for Dan Williams. Mike Lonish feeds in there for 10 or 15 plays. You need that kind of depth in the fourth quarter.
Greg Robinson, the new defensive coordinator, looking on. It's 2nd down, 11. Clock running, 9-12, 9-10 to go. Flag is down. Take the play back.
No play.
May have been movement in the offensive line. Glenn Parker, number 74.
That's a crowd. That's a crowd penalty.
Before the ball was snapped. False start, number 74 on the offense. 5 yards, still 2nd down.
That'll make it 2nd down and 16. Glenn Parker. He was the last offensive line rookie to start for Buffalo. Reuben Brown gets the start tonight. Parker now in his 6th year. Second and 16. Up front, Fletcher, Dronette, Mike Lodish, the former Buffalo Bill, and Harold Hasselbach. Kelley across the middle. Oh! Alexander had it and dropped it. And he may have been distracted by Britt Hager.
Yeah, Britt Hager, you're right. Britt Hager was making a play on the ball as well, and that's okay. When you have 2 of your linebackers diving after the ball, you know you're playing some pretty good defense. Had a chance. He did. He may have gotten a hand on it. Britt Hager got a hand on it. Alexander couldn't get it.
Hager, the former University of Texas All-American, came here as an unrestricted free agent from Philadelphia. Carwell, Gardner, and Thurman Thomas in the backfield. A 3-man rush by Denver. Kelley being chased, lets it go. Atwater. No catch. Yes, the catch is made.
They won't get the first, though.
Russell Copeland again. It'll be 4th down.
I tell you, one of the things Denver has done, and give Greg Robinson some credit, their 3rd down defense has been sensational tonight. Only 1 of 11 conversions by Buffalo. That is great 3rd down defense.
Greg Robinson talking with Simon Fletcher. And here's Chris Moore. Glenn Milburn back at the 10, waits for it. Low snap. Moore, high and deep. Fair catch. Milburn at the 15. 8 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in regulation play. 15-7. 5 field goals have given Denver an 8-point lead. Broncos have the ball 1st down and 10 with 8:09 to go fourth quarter, and they lead it by 8. John Elway across the middle for Shannon Sharp. Goes by Jeff Burris.
I don't understand it, Vern. I really don't. I mean, at some point you have to say, force someone else to beat you, right? And I don't even think they're jamming Shannon Sharp much of the line of scrimmage. He's getting a free release, and he's been virtually wide open.
Remember that graphic we had in the first half about great opening day performances?
Yep.
Frank Clark.
Yep.
33 years ago, 241 yards.
Yep.
Well, we've got 8 minutes.
Yeah, have a chance.
Shannon Sharp has 175 yards in receptions tonight. Draw play. Good defensive play.
Okay, if the Broncos are going to be a quality team this year, they're going to have to run the football at times like this. Because if you can't run it when you have to in the NFL, and you have to depend upon the pass too much, you don't win a lot of games in the fourth quarter. You have to run the ball well to overcome deficits and then to protect the lead like they're trying to do tonight.
Well, they've got 114 yards rushing tonight. Terrell Davis, the rookie 6th-round pick out of Georgia, has 60 on 15 carries of 4 yards was very average. Elway, Shannon Sharp. That's to the 35-yard line, and Shannon Sharp now is in double digits for receptions for the night.
The round 18 or 20, whatever it is, Gary Zimmerman against Bruce Smith. Zimmerman, number 65, wins this one. It is a great job of just pushing him around John Elway, and that has been a battle. The game within the game. Bruce Smith has had his share of wins, but that one goes to Gary Zimmerman.
3rd and 5, McCaffrey near side. Marlon Kerner has him. Buffalo, Elway back. He'll run it. The chase has the first plus.
Those aren't 35-year-old legs. I'm sorry. He has a great feel for a rush. You know, even all the sacks that he's taken, we talked about the reason he takes so many is because he has a big plays in the scrambles. Ordinary is looking downfield to throw it twice tonight. He has scrambled to run for first downs.
Broncos trying to erase the memories of last year, 7-9, but really a dismal start. They lost their first 4, including the opener at the end of the ball game. And here's the handoff inside Buffalo territory now to the 49-yard line. Terrell Davis gets the carry.
This is a grinded out physical Denver offense right now. And I think a couple of big questions that have certainly been answered tonight is they're going to play much more physical defense. And right now they've played some physical offense and been able to pound the ball inside. This is a stronger Denver team than they had a year ago.
Mike Pritchard may have had a reoccurrence of leg cramps. He's come to the near side. See how winded Bruce Smith is. It's late and it's high.
Yeah, he's had a battle with Gary Zimmerman. That has been a good matchup.
Shannon Sharp is slowly going onto the field. Rod Smith has already gone on. Now Red Cashin is telling Sharp, you can't come on the field. Shannon says, you don't understand.
Yeah,
I've already
argue with him. Yeah.
I've got 10 catches already. Frank Clark, I'm chasing him.
Yeah.
180 yards.
His brother Sterling did catch a pass tonight. Joe Theismann threw him one in the studio. Did you see that?
I missed that.
He got one for the day, but his brother's beaten.
Did Sterling say anything?
Yeah, he sure did. He did, absolutely. He said I was open again.
That was an anomaly in Green Bay when Sterling Sharp wouldn't talk to the local media because he is one of the most refreshing guys that I've encountered in the NFL. And he stubborn streak. Elway, McCaffrey. Oh boy! With Jeff Burris in his chest. Ed McCaffrey makes the grab, but the flag is down.
A personal foul, roughing the quarterback. Just when you think Denver's going to try to grind it out on you, they pull one out of the hat and throw the ball deep. With one throw of his arm, he can change the complexion of the game. And there's only a few guys in the NFL can do that, and he's one of them. When we think about McCaffrey being a possession receiver, he had beaten Jeff Burris early in that route.
20 on the defense. Penalty will be added to the end of the play. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, there's Thomas Smith. It sounded like it was number 20, Henry Jones. But they have moved the ball inside the 10 to the 6. And the Broncos have a 1st and goal, protecting an 8-point lead with 5:05 to go.
As well as their defense is playing, a touchdown here would be a knockout punch. As well as their defense is playing tonight.
35-yard pass and the penalty set up Denver with a 1st and goal. That's McCaffrey in motion. Now here's Bernstein right over Tom Nayland's back at the middle. Number 66 riding the way. Brian Habib and Mark Schlereth helping out.
Well, what Remember, the Denver defense had their goal line stand. Now it's time for Buffalo's defense to do the same and return the favor. With 4:30 remaining in this ball game, and when you're down by 8 points, your defense has to really get stout. Maybe create a turnover.
2nd and goal from the 4. Only 1 turnover in the ball game so far. That was a pass interception on a deflected pass picked off by Henry Jones of Buffalo. Terrell Davis down to the 2. Phil Hansen is up high to help with the tackle, number 90. And the clock shows 4 minutes and unraveling.
This is not the explosive West Coast offense that Mike Shanahan had last year in San Francisco. But I want to tell you, it is an efficient offense. Has been efficient tonight. But the defense, he has to be happy with that. There were question marks about his defense coming into the game, but they played very well.
10 seconds. They're going to let the clock run down and then call timeout. If you were a lip reader, you heard Shanahan say, let it run down, then call time. So they have done that. The game clock comes down to 1. 3 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. Mike Shanahan seems quite composed in his first game as the head coach at Denver.
I travel a lot.
15-7 Denver. They lead it by 8 with 3:26 to go. For an in-depth look at all the opening day NFL action, stay with us following the game for the Steel Pro Football Tonight postgame report. Vince Cellini, Mark May, and Warren Moon have stories covered, and Ernie Johnson will have tonight's stars from here in Denver.
Well, they haven't found a way to stop Shannon Sharp yet, have they?
He lines up tight to the right. Milburn is split wide left. McCaffrey and Pritchard wide right. They slip it inside to Terrell Davis. Touchdown, Denver.
That was a good short yardage run. And he really hugged his offensive lineman's block. I mean, he wasn't trying to make a 14 or 25-yard run. He was just going to hug his block and get the ball into the end zone. I think it was Broderick Thompson, number 76, the right tackle, who led the way. But that was a veteran run by Terrell Davis.
Flags are down as the kick goes up and through. My goodness. A flurry of hanky action in the end zone. And then a little skirmish to punctuate the unpleasantness.
Well, Alex Gibbs has done a nice job with this offensive line for Denver because they
12 men on the field on the defense. Penalty will be on the kickoff. Point is good. That's a timeout.
Because that offensive line have done a very nice job, particularly in critical situations. And this time it was Broderick Thompson, number 76, who leads the way for the rookie Terrell Davis, who follows that offensive lineman and gets his first NFL touchdown.
Davis's touchdown run on 3rd and goal has given the Broncos a 15-point lead.
Let's go back and watch both offensive tackles. That's Gary Zimmerman. This is Broderick Thompson. Zimmerman's going to seal off here. This tackle, Thompson leads in here, and Davis just hugs those blocks. Zimmerman just destroys Maddox. Thompson leads the way, and then a good, tough inside run by Terrell Davis. And he has proved his point that he earned the starting tailback or halfback job for Denver in the preseason, and he's played well tonight.
Here's Jason Elam. That's a terrific kick. Jourdain, number 30, brings it out to the 18-yard line. Now, Shannon Sharp has reason for the oxygen. He has had some busy night.
Yeah, the altitude has affected a lot of these players, and we were talking with Terrell Davis, the rookie from Georgia, actually grew up in Southern California. He said the altitude, he had a tough time adjusting to it, actually got very sick. A future John Elway. So this game's about, you know, the game's about young kids with dreams. It really is.
1st and 10. Pass left side for Andre Reed, back at the 20-yard line. And let's see if Buffalo goes with a no huddle. Well, Terrell Davis has had a memorable first game with 67 yards on 18 carries and a touchdown. Been a long road from Lincoln High in San Diego to the NFL. Here's Kelley. That one's incomplete. You know, Terrell Davis will remember his first game. Where was yours played as a rookie?
I remember my rookie game. I was a second team quarterback. We were playing the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. And Ron Jaworski got hurt. Chuck Knox was the coach, sent me with the lead, said, don't you dare throw the ball. I called an audible, threw a ball, touchdown. He said, don't ever call an audible for a touchdown again.
Well, it is a special night. Flag is down on this play on 3rd down. Well,
Unabated to the quarterback with the defense, 5 yards. That's first down.
Hey, Reuben Brown, number 79. Remember, sometimes you block Michael Dean Perry. Sometimes you don't block anybody. I mean, you get the arms out there, you spread the wings, and maybe somebody runs into you. But Reuben Brown's done okay tonight.
yes, he had. Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Dan Williams.
That might be the 15-yard variety, too, Vern. And down by, what, 15 points with 2:37 remaining. The game's not over.
That one will hurt on the plane ride home, too. That'll be a sore neck for Thurman Thomas. 16 carries for 49 yards.
This is the full face mark variety. That's got to be.